Alright, hello guys, how's it going? In today's video, we're going to be talking about multiple snowstorms for the northeastern United States. We talked about this topic a few days ago, and we are still on for multiple snowstorms, especially in the upper Midwest, the Great Lakes, and the northeastern United States. Anyways, before I get into this video, be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. For today's comment of the day, I want to know, do you think there will be any major snowstorms over the next couple of weeks in the eastern United States or the central United States? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be picking one of those for tomorrow's video. Let's just get straight into this video, and first things first, we're taking a look at this morning, much earlier than right now, about 2 a.m. It's 6:48 a.m. Eastern time right now, so this would be just a few hours ago in the overnight hours, and we had some lake effect snowfall there for Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, as well as portions of Michigan as well. Snow showers still left over in New York, Pennsylvania, and even some of the New England states, where during the Patriots game yesterday, if you watched that Patriots versus Titans game, obviously a big one, it was snowing during the game, which was very interesting. It wasn't a full-blown snow game, but my girlfriend pointed out, like, hey, look, there's snow coming down. And I was like, wow. Sure enough, down there in Foxborough, there was some snowfall going on. Very, very interesting. It wasn't a full-blown snow game. Like I said, there was no accumulation. That would have changed the game for sure. But it was just enough to where you could see it, which I think was really, really cool, especially since I was aware that there would be some potential snowfall in the northeastern corner that day. It was really validating to see that coming down on TV. A really good game there by the Patriots. 6 games in a row. I don't want to really mention it because I know a lot of people don't like the Patriots. I happen to like them, though. So very satisfied with that. Let's take a look at the past 72-hour snowfall accumulation here. As you can see, we have plenty of snowfall, especially there for Washington, Montana, and Idaho. That's the only areas in the West that saw any. And then you can see for Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, Maryland, New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, maybe a little bit of Rhode Island, saw some snow showers. Then Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, especially there. Anywhere in the blues or grays that's under 6 inches of snowfall. The purplish colors are 6 to 12 inches of snowfall, and then those magentas, which you see some of that there for New York and Pennsylvania, as well as the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. That is 12 inches plus. That is mostly due to lake effect enhancement as those snow showers were coming across with that smaller clipper system. Those lakes really enhanced that and gave them 12 inches plus. So a lot of snowfall came down for certain regions. Let's zoom into the northeastern United States real quick. And as you can see, this was very elevation based. We can find the Adirondacks, we can find the Green Mountains, we can find the White Mountains here just by looking at the snow totals. That's an indication that this was for sure very elevation based. If you can see the mountain ranges from the colors on the snowfall totals, that's a very good indication that this was extremely elevation based. In this case, it certainly was. I can even make out the valleys because they have nearly no snowfall. And then again, the higher elevation regions here definitely do have a lot more snowfall. Again, those pinkish, purplish shades are going to be your 6 to 12 inch area. Those magentas there, which most of that is going to be for Pennsylvania and New York there, right off of Lake Erie, that is 12 to 24 inches. All right, now let's talk a little bit about some upcoming snowfall events. First off, today, Monday, November 29th, this is already by this afternoon, we have another clipper system pouring down into the upper Midwest, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and a bit of Michigan getting included already with some light to moderate snowfall. Let's take this towards about 5 a.m. on Tuesday, November 30th, and this moves up into Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania. Or I guess I should say moves down into those regions. It tends to weaken as time goes on, but by Tuesday morning at about 11 a.m., this is November 30th, we can see it's mostly snow showers and flurries around for Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, West Virginia, Maryland, and Northern Virginia. Now, this one's pretty much going to diminish from this point, but we do see that already by Wednesday, December 1st, we have another snowstorm moving into similar regions. A little bit more warm in this case, a little bit more northern based, but we do have a pretty strong 995 millibar low pressure center clipper system moving through Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan by this point. You can see there's a lot of mixing. That yellow is indicating some sleet mixing in there, and those oranges and yellows. But a lot of moderate to heavy snowfall ongoing for northern Wisconsin and the upper peninsula of Michigan especially. By the time we reach about 2 a.m. on Tuesday, December 2nd, you can see this one moves mostly into Canada. We do see some snowfall for northern Pennsylvania and western regions of New York. Eventually, this all comes together by Thursday morning at about maybe 11 a.m. here on December 2nd, and we see some moderate to heavy snowfall for the Adirondacks in New York, the Green Mountains in Vermont, and then the White Mountains in New Hampshire, as well as northern regions there of Maine. That could bring some accumulation with it for sure. And by the time we reach about 2 a.m. on Friday, December 3rd, this one pretty much weakens to mostly snow showers with some moderate pockets, but it's mostly spotty with the snowfall. But we see another clipper system moving through North Dakota, Minnesota, and Wisconsin by this point. This one moves down through the Great Lakes into the Ohio Valley in the Northeast. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This is the third storm in a row taking the same exact storm track. And it eventually moves up into the northeastern United States as a lighter snowstorm, so it lightens up as it heads east, just like the other storms. Look at how flat our pattern is. You see those blue lines almost moving directly from west to east. That is a very zonal pattern is what we would call that, and that means there's not really a trough anywhere and there's not really a ridge anywhere. It's very flat from west to east. There is a tiny bit of a trough in the east here. As you can see, it does curve down a tiny bit in the east. It does ridge up a tiny bit in the west, but this is not very, it's just very zonal, okay? There's not really any indication that there's a strong trough or a strong ridge at all by this point. And by the time we reach about 8 p.m. here on Saturday, December 4th, we can see those snow showers are still lingering for the Northeast, but we see another clipper system developing there for Montana and North Dakota, as well as the territories of Canada directly to the north there. Eventually, by about 8 p.m. on Sunday, December 5th, this moves into the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes regions. Look at that precipitation down there for the Southeast, though. This could combine for something special. We've seen this time and time again with clippers before, where kind of a typical nor'easter develops in the southeast and heads up the coast and meets up with a different low pressure center, which in this case would be our clipper, and they combine and make an even stronger storm. I mean, already by this point, both peninsulas of Michigan are seeing some pretty decent snowfall, but by the time we reach 6 a.m. on Monday, it's evident what's about to take place here. This is December 6th, by the way, Monday. Look at that. All this precipitation is coming together, and something truly special is about to occur, because offshore, by about 8 p.m. here on Monday, December 6th, offshore, a strong 988 millibar low pressure center nor'easter develops. And if this pattern plays out this way, this will be very possible. We see heavy snowfall for northeastern Pennsylvania, northwestern New Jersey, a lot of New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine here by this point. Also note there's another strong clipper system moving through Montana and North Dakota. It's pretty evident we're going to be in a clipper pattern for sure with these snowstorms. And then by time we reach approximately 2 a.m. on Tuesday, December 7th here, look at that nor'easter offshore of New England bringing extremely heavy snowfall. I think that's a 972 millibar low pressure center. Yes, a 972 millibar low pressure center. It's hard to tell when it's this zoomed out, but extremely heavy snowfall there for New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Vermont, Maine, if it was to play out this way, which, to be honest, it's 200 hours out, so the odds of it playing out exactly this way are very low at this point. This would be basically a full-blown blizzard. But the thing to note here is it's not important the exact details, like heavy snowfall in eastern Massachusetts and New Hampshire. That could definitely go to New York or Maine or Canada or New Jersey and New York City. This could move around for sure. But the one thing that is typically pretty accurate far out is the indication that there will be some sort of coastal storm and emerging of that clipper and that southeastern storm. Even that, the confidence isn't through the roof high, but we can begin to see those indications of a possible storm much earlier than we can the exact details. That should be pretty obvious. Obviously, the exact details are a lot harder to make out than a signal for a potential storm. Finally, by 2 p.m. on Wednesday, December 8th, we see another pretty similar storm, not quite as strong, but we see another storm for the northeastern United States there. Here's the total snowfall, and I don't really think this takes a lot of that snowfall into account. I think it thinks maybe some mixing takes place, because for Massachusetts and New Hampshire, with that setup we saw just a second ago, I think this would be much higher. But generally, you can tell where that common storm track is going to be, and it's that typical clipper storm track, because in those pinks, we have 10 to 20 inches of snowfall, basically for northern North Dakota, northern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, northern lower peninsula of Michigan, the entire upper peninsula of Michigan. Then we see some of that there for the mountainous regions of the Northeast as well. When you see 4 or 5 storms take the same track like this and basically bring mostly snowfall to these regions, it's pretty obvious if you get 2 to 4 inches of snow each time, you're going to quickly move up into that 10 to 20 inch range, and that's exactly what we see happen here. Anyway, for our confidence today, we talked about some lower confidence things, some higher confidence things. We're at our classic 4 out of 6. I've been mostly talking about medium to long range things, so that's why we've been consistently at that level. For today's comment of the day, I asked you guys, do you think we will see any major snowstorms? And Brandon Dunn said these snowstorms possibly may be major. And I loved that sentence because it sounds just like a professional meteorologist. These snowstorms possibly may be major. So you basically get no answer there. I love it from Brandon Dunn. Very, very classic. For today's patron highlight of the day, I want to thank you all for supporting the channel, but especially our platinum patrons, Bill Crates, James Wade, Dovey Nagel, Larry the Pan, Mandy Birchfield, and Patrick Strickland as well. I would also like to thank our diamond patrons, Bill Roberts, Marcus Connolly, Noah Harley, Michael Codalessa, Catbite, Charles Tennant, Cindy Klein, Alan Goodmaben, Bill Dallas, Gary's, John Calisi, Dwight Phelan, Stephen Crenenthal, and Thomas D. Barr as well. I would also like to thank our channel members, Catbite, Stephen Fan, and Jeremy Cox also. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. I'll see you guys in the next video.